see the AOP versus Awesome Truth, and I think for the most part, most people who aren't just I guess big Awesome Truth fans, it kind of made you question why Awesome Truth are still the tag team champions. I've been thinking that basically since they became champions. I said I never wanted them to be champions because I think it was just a nostalgia thing. And that was why people wanted it. And I get it. It's necessary sometimes and it's fun sometimes. Obviously, I'm not discrediting that, but I felt like they didn't really have a lot of long-term plans for them. And I think that we're seeing that as them being champions, that there's not a whole lot of effort being put into their title reign. Is more so of having them on screen and to be entertaining and maybe have like a couple funny segments or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's great and that's dandy, but then they're the tag team champions. So we need, like, there's far too many tag teams on Raw that should be in the tag team title picture, but they're just not doing anything. And I don't think that, Authors of Pain had a chance of winning, but you kind of knew that they weren't going to because they're kind of making Awesome Truth like untouchable at this point. And I'm just like, all right, we need to move this along. Like, give it to somebody else.
I love these R-Truth segments. The Miz going backstage and being like, "Where's Truth?" Sammy's like, I don't know, dude. And then Miz saying, "Well, you can't leave Truth alone. He does bad things when he's alone." And it's him walking out saying that he talked to a fortune teller about their tag team championships and they're going to be involved with unicorns. Like that. And you think, like, what the fuck did this man just say? That makes no sense. Fun fact, it's wrestling. Everything makes sense.
Yeah.
The fortune teller, you see Scarlett walk out and he daps her up. I lost it at him dapping her up when she did the princess hand. Incredible. And then it's the unicorns. Well, you have to keep in mind who's really feuding with the Final Testament. It's the New Day to come out and help. And to me, it felt like it was just, you take the comedy element of Awesome Truth that you need for the episode and, we don't really have enough time because we want to give more people whatnot. Let's combine stories and just have it all. And it all kind of worked out. It all leads to, further things. And for me, I think the Awesome Truth winning and having these matches more just establishing themselves as a tag team champions. The Creed brothers are my pick for them to dethrone them.
I think that's the only right decision because we know Alpha Academy is going to split probably at Clash at the Castle or, not long afterwards. So Gable's going to want to surround himself with new people, and who better than the guys that do exactly the same stuff as him, being the Creed brothers. And I think that would be a way to also legitimize the new faction for Gable. If he then brings on these younger guys and takes on this mentor role and then they become champions not long after they team up together, like that would be a good way to start that faction, also to make it look like, okay, the Alpha Academy were a bunch of bums, as Gable is saying. It's like, okay, look at, like, these are guys that actually listen to what I tell them and they're actually talented and athletic, blah 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 blah. And also benefits the Creed brothers because they've not really been on TV, and I think they need to be heels at this point. Like, something needs to be, because it's like with Gable, it's like it only works for so long. You can kind of skate by as just being kind of yourself as a character.
You're just a wrestler. You're just a wrestler.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like, we don't want you to look like a caw, because that's kind of what it is. Like, you're just another dude in a singlet, but like, you need to stand out. Like, there's, there, you can be a guy in a singlet, but you got to be a Rob Van Dam. You got to be, a Big Show. You got to be something that, like, yeah. And so I think that they're going to have to try and figure that out. And I think maybe being a heel would work. But I think they need to take the titles off, because I'm just not like, I'm happy for R-Truth, and I'm happy that they had their moment at WrestleMania and whatever, but that was 2 months ago.
Yeah,
like, we need to move on.